Good after. Mic test check 1 2. Well, that would help. Here I am, like with all these false starts. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, here we go. My goodness. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, from the St. Louis Park Rec Center. It's a game we've been looking forward to here. There have been some pretty good ones here all weekend at the Tradition of the Park. Of course, there was an instant classic that played out at the Tradition at the Pick, which featured the Hill Marie Pioneers with a big win, or loss rather, in overtime to the Wayzata Trojans, who flexed their muscle in a home game. But this one here is going to prove to be a good one with the Rosemount Irish and the Maple Grove Crimson. Jack Winicky is going to get the nod in goal as his Crimson squad came up with a big overtime win yesterday. Chris Kernan scores at 5:03 against the Minnetonka team that seemed to find its rhythm and its style of play that it was looking for.
No, in fact, I thought Minnetonka played an outstanding game last night, but Maple Grove really showed their wares. They kind of took the game back away in the second period and started to flex their muscles in the third, won it in overtime, but it was a really fun game to watch. I expect the same out of this one tonight, too.
Will Tollefson is going to get the back-to-back starts in goal for the Irish of Rosemount, and the goaltenders will be squaring off here tonight against two teams that I think it's going to be a little bit of a, I think Rosemount ran into a different type of team in Andover yesterday from what they are. Rosemount likes to skate. They like to move. They like to work it off the rush. They've got a ton of skill and talent. Whereas Maple Grove's a little more structured, just like Andover. They're going to see a similar Northwest Suburban Conference type team in this hockey game coming up.
Well, and Rosemount dropped a tough one to Andover, as you said. And they're looking to get back on the winning ways. It doesn't get any easier facing a very good Crimson squad. They looked very deep, very fast at the forward position. They have some defense that like to get involved, and it looks like they got a pair of pretty good goaltenders as well. So a little bit of something for everybody this afternoon. 5 o'clock start, so we're getting ready to drop the puck. But Rosemount against Maple Grove, two top 5 teams going at it.
Someone woke the sleeping giant earlier today as the St. Margaret's Red Knights went straight woodshed on Lakeville South. They beat them 6-2, outshot them 62-16.
Wow.
Played about as well as you'd expect. Looked like the team that I thought was number 2 team in Minnesota. Played really well yesterday, played great. They're starting to get healthy. I think the rest of the state of Minnesota has to take notice there. They were very good. And then it was a 2-1 win for Holy Family Catholic and the Fire as they defeated Elk River in a tight one.
Well, Pete, I listened to the game this afternoon, the Benilde game, and after the whistle, and you stopped talking, I started talking. Everybody at work wondered who I was talking to. Just reflex.
Are you serious?
A little bit. Maybe it happened for the first couple times.
It's almost like me leaving a voice message when I'm leaving a text message and I say period. Here's a chance in front. As the Irish will cycle this one back into the corner on that play that was Brady Johnston. Now it's going to be handled by the Crimson from the corner. Ahead they go back through center. Leafblad was there. He was checked. Now it's Strammel with it. Gets away from one man. Watching him was Gunderson. Now it's going to be the Irish to control to the near boards. Horsager is there. They play this to the rink-wide side. Up on the play, it's Campbell. That's off the skates of Kenefick, who's going to carry this to the low dot. Blocker pad, saved by Winicky as he sees that one trickle off to his right. He's 4-1 on the season with a 2.59 goals against average and an .893 save percentage in goal for the Crimson. Of course, they're going to have to do this without their big-time skill player and scorer in Kyle Kukkonen, who is out with an injury. He'll be pretty much shelved through the summer from what I've heard. I mean, I haven't heard from the horse's mouth, but that's what I'm being told. So,
well, tough situation, but it's nice to have the kind of depth that they have so they can perhaps weather the storm, but they certainly miss them.
Back up through center ice they go with it. Now here come the Crimson. That one too high off the stick for Jacobs as he'll carry back in behind the net. Gets away from one man to the high slot. A shot, big pad save and a good one there. Flare in the leather in goal was Will Tollefson. That was a nice reactionary save off the left post. Came out, attacked the shooter. Got the pad down, put the rebound where he wanted to. Now it's the Irish back through center on it. Sabo, we had a goal last night in the opener at the Holiday Classic for the Irish. That's knocked away. Now on the stick for Barber. He'll play this one rink wide. That one's too far as that one works its way back into the center ice area off the stick of Peeler from the blue line. Now sliding over, it's Jix to play this one back into the corner. Horsager is there, over to handle the puck now. It's Hendrickson. Now from the right point, they'll try to shovel this one down the wall, and now here they come with it. That's gathered in by Barber. Looks over to the near side. Barber takes it over again. Now it's back on the stick for Campbell for the Irish. Gets away from one man. Works the line to the right wing side. That's Bach. His shot goes in on goal, as that's going to be held onto by Winicky. As we're scoreless here, 14:28 to go in the first period.
Well, both teams have traded pretty good scoring opportunities, but a very tightly played game. Not a lot of room to move out there right now. I think the Blue Lines, with these two teams, I think the Blue Lines neutral zone is going to be paramount to be able to manage and negotiate that successfully to have any chance for success tonight. But I like the energy from both squads. They both came out to play, and they understand how big of a game this is.
And they control, played off a skate, the length of the ice it goes. And icing the call back into the Maple Grove territory we go.
Well, another missed play on a breakout pass. First one they waved off the icing. This one's going to bring it all the way down to Winicky's right. 14:26 left in this first period. Been pretty good action.
Crimson cruise along this year at 7-1 entering this one. Meanwhile, Rosemount at 8-2. Two teams that have been ranked in the top 10 of the MNHockey.tv rankings all season long. As the Irish work the side of the cage, they have a chance in front. Winicky with a nice pad save through traffic over to his left, shuts that one down. Off the line they go with it now for Rosemount. That's Kennefic. Rink wide. Fanned on. Kennefic plays that one back away. Strammel is there. Waits for some help. Nice busy stick there to deflect to center. And Wheeler was with it. Plays that one back in behind the net. It's going to be set up and taken over by Jix as he outlets to the neutral zone with Leafblad across the line. Drop pass. Leafblad wants it back. Instead, they load up the shot. That's deflected. And up and over the top of the goal.
Wow, it was a good busy stick by Horsager on that one. They were walking in, and they just kept giving him space, so he just kept taking it. Once he got into about the hash mark area, he kind of let one rip, but good busy stick up and out of play. Face up to the right. 13:36 left in this first period. A little soft at the blue line for Rosemount.
Over to the corner now. It's going to be handled by Campbell. They'll gain entry with Lewandowski. Watch out for him. We know all about him. As he marches in on goal, as that's stopped by Winicky, he hangs on.
Well, I think Lewandowski wants that shot attempt back. He came streaking up, a right-handed shot or a left-handed shot on the right side. Good angle on that one. I think he tried to pick a corner. It may have rolled on him, hit the goaltender right in the crest, face off to his left.
Lewandowski already with 17 goals on the season, matching the number on his sweater.
I had to double check on that just to make sure that was a proper number.
It's not a typo, and they've played 10 games.
Wow.
So that's a nice little pace for him. Back in behind the net now. It's going to be Thomas with it. Dahlquist will play that one. Sorry, that was over to the winger. Jacobs rather. Now to the right wing side they go. They've got a man in front. You'll see the Crimson coming in waves toward the goal mouth area off the rush with all sorts of traffic. Bumped down the wall there by Jacobs as he hangs on to it. Now it's going to be played ahead. Thomas was there. And now to center ice it goes with Campbell in front of the bench area. Chopped in by the Crimson as they'll change on the fly. And back in behind his net, it's Ratzlaff with it. He plays the center. Nice stick to keep it alive by Beatty as they play this behind the net. That goes under Winicky's stick as the Crimson will try to force this one up the wing, but they're brought down on the play as it's bumped over to the near side. Shoveled over to the near side by Beatty and to center. It's played over to the far side. Wheeler took that one from his defensive partner, Jake Ratzlaff. Now back to the corner. That one's up off the netting and out of play as we'll face off inside the Maple Grove Crimson zone. 12:03. You know, it's a pretty tight checking game thus far, Bart.
Yeah, it is. I like it. It's a bit of a chess match so far, but it was Henry Nelson that snuck over. It would have been 2-on-1 for Rosemount coming in on Winicky, but nice job by Nelson to get over, interrupt that play, ramped it up and out of play, gives his team a chance to do a reset under a little bit of pressure. But you're right, it has been very close to the vest. I like these types of games. It can be that one opportunity where you have to cash it in, but there aren't going to be many opportunities, but when you get it, you have to at least force the other team to make a play.
Off to the right wing side it goes. Crimson will work the end boards. And here come the Irish back the other way. off the tape of the oncoming Irish left winger, Brady Johnston. As work this one to center ice. Leafblad is there. He's got some real estate. Here he comes across the line. Quick shot. That's up off the glass. Over to the far side for Wheeler. Knocked in by Bach, as I've checked that, knocked in rather by Elias, as now it's going to be played and knocked off the puck. Down goes Kennefic, and here come the Crimson. They play a very controlled, puck-controlled game, does the Maple Grove Crimson. There's a check thrown on the play there by Lewandowski. Forces a turnover. Nice neutral zone play there by the Irish. They'll play this one in. That's going to be covered up by Winicky, and will face off to his left.
Well, I saw Broughton Sabo coming in just a couple feet away, decided to cover that puck and reset to give his team a chance to get back into their positioning. But a lot of play has been down in the Maple Grove zone. Maple Grove coming down intermittently into the Rosemount zone, but I think Rosemount's done a pretty good job of really contending in the neutral zone and turning the play back up ice.
Special hello to my guy D. Rhodes, who's watching this game at Braemar Arena, tending to the injured players at the Edina Invitational Tournament. Derek Rhodes, hello to you, and Pete Henches, who's pushing the buttons and making it all happen.
Well, hopefully he's not too busy.
They've only run in one rank, so it's okay because he got the Walter Invitational going. So I don't think he's sweating too hard right now.
No, good.
Not too many from the complaint line yet. Here come the Crimson in on goal. There's a shot and a save. Good one there. A couple good ones for Tollefson here in the early going.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of that pad save out of the chute, and that one there developed with a short-range shot where he got the chest on that one. Perfect positioning.
Not a lot of quantity, but a lot of quality so far by Maple Grove.
Shuffled back in behind the Irish net as they're going to control now with Campbell. He leaves it behind for Ratzlaff. He'll be forced on the forecheck. That was Giuliani. And now it's going to be out of the zone with Ratzlaff. He has some speed. He's going to be submarine, but plays this one back into the corner. Thomas is there to battle, and the Crimson quickly peel it off the end wall and get it out of the zone. Here they come now, 3-on-2. Oh, trailer, shots blocked. Oh, and nearly follows its way through in. Now from the corner they go. The Crimson will bump this one. Oh, no, they couldn't get it to the boards as that hit Weissmiller. And now it's down on one leg as Horsager, or check that, that was Barber that was down on one leg. Good pressure here by the Crimson. That rolls the stick of Zick. He had that big goal. I think it was the go-ahead goal for his team.
First goal.
The first goal, which would have been the go-ahead goal? Or the tying goal?
Go-ahead goal. You were correct.
Thank you.
I was just trying to dovetail off your statement.
Why? We're no need to split feathers here.
Well, now
that one works at the length of the ice. 9:01 to go in the first. 6-3. I don't know if I want to call this a cautious game yet, Bart, but.
Well, they're two good quality teams, and you can't be 7-1 for the Crimson, 8-2 for Rosemount if you don't mind your defensive responsibilities. Both teams are playing very responsible defensively, but I think the Crimson have really got two pretty good opportunities where I think Rosemount's only got one, but very close to the vest, but it's been a pretty exciting 8 minutes so far.
Face-off win there. I'd call it tense.
Tense, that's better.
Now it's Strammel across the line, the freshman. That's off a pair of skates. Reaching back is Campbell. He'll take this one, play it to the corner. Kennefic is there waiting on it. Johnston looks toward the middle, but that deflects up in the air and all the way back into Rosemount territory. Horsager is there. Hounding him is going to be the oncoming Ben Leafblad. The senior is a well-rounded player with good angles and good habits.
Yeah, we said his name quite a bit last night. Did a lot of good things for his team.
Length of the ice it goes. He probably isn't going to light the score sheet up, but he's going to do everything a coach asks for him in all aspects of the game, and you need that to win hockey games.
Indeed. In fact, people have to fill those roles, and I hate to say roles because it sounds like he's a role player, but once you earn the confidence of your coach and your teammates, they have no hesitation to put you out in any situation. NBA.
No, they got it off pretty quick.
I know, I'm just kidding. I just wanted to kind of pick your scab.
There's a puck off the end boards as it's going to be handled by the Irish. Crimson thwart that would-be breakout. Back to center, and it's sent in. And an icing call.
Well, a nice forecheck by Maple Grove, put a little pressure on, and I think he was trying to get to Trevor Brum, but the puck just evaded his stick all the way down. So another faceoff down in the Rosemount zone, another ice. But we're even 8 minutes to go in this scoreless first period. Shots on goal, as you said, Pete, 6-3 Rosemount. That hasn't changed in a couple minutes now.
Ooh, that one's cut off in the neutral zone.
That was a good
by
skate.
The skate there of Nelson, correct. 3-point affair for him last night. There is a shot that's buzzed wide of the mark by Tyler Oakland. High off the glass, behind the net it goes. Wheeler's going to ring the boards. Elias plays it to the near side. Another quick shot taken there by Nelson. Inside out they go. There's a shot that's deflected. Now the Crimson give this off to the right wing side. Checked on the play, and puck turned over up off the netting as we will face off inside the Rosemount zone.
Well, it was Kernan that did a nice little drag move, got out front, but then very responsible Rosemount defense got in front of that shot, but it just seems like the big scoring players for Maple Grove are getting the puck in the slot area, but pretty responsible defense by Rosemount to this point. 7:16 left in this first period.
You're going to be really excited, Bart. I see the Hanson brother from the Charleston Chiefs is going to be here with the stilts.
All right. That rounds out the hockey season.
There? Standing by there.
Oh, you are correct.
Oh, you get so mad. It's just so great.
Not mad. Just
you're so frustrated.
I'm a stick in the mud. I'm a stick in the mud.
Everybody knows what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's the same routine that
Anybody
drives me nuts. He's getting slower.
Yeah.
I'm afraid he's going to fall.
Well, that would at least provide some. No, I don't. I don't wish harm on anybody.
He wears that really bad Jofa helmet that's not going to help him.
That's probably initially what got me on the wrong side of the fence on that one, is the helmet. From that point on, it just unraveled.
You didn't like the Klima garbage can,
No,
huh?
I didn't. The bucket.
Oh, God. The Peter Klima
bucket.
special.
Yuck. He's got a pretty good stick, though.
That depends if you like the candy cane. Back into the Maple Grove zone it goes. Outlet to the right wing side. Quickly through center. They'll play this one back in behind the net. That's going to be Barber to chase. And the Irish content to play this one back in behind their net. Horsager to the line now. Crimson in control. They'll walk this one to the right wing side. That one's knocked away. And that one's going to be whistled down.
Well, some good sustained pressure by Maple Grove. They're getting out of their zone with some speed. They're getting through the neutral zone with some efficiency as well. But that's when Rosemount kind of tightens up, forces everything to the outside, so they aren't getting really good looks, but they are putting the puck in front of the net. But there's great defensive support by this Rosemount Irish team back in their zone. But Maple Grove getting some pretty good zone time. 6:09 left in the first period. Scoreless.
Puck will travel up to the top of the left circle. Leafblad has the stick between the wickets, working the can opener. The beneficiary of that was Brum, saying thank you very little. Wraparound attempt, name the movie, thank you very little.
I wasn't listening. I was watching.
Can you name the movie from the line? Thank you very little.
Oh, Chevy Chase, one of the movies.
Caddyshack.
Yeah, there you go.
Left wing side, that sent Berglund packing, but Lewandowski saved him with the glove down to the ice as he takes that one back in to the offensive zone. Now the Irish set up shop and they try to go to work making things happen. Muscled down into the corner. Brum was there on the play. Off the boards that hit, I believe, the backup goaltender. Parker Slotsby off the arm, and that one's going to be whistled down.
Well, he made a number of saves last night, that's for sure, but puck's taking a couple
37.
Couple funny caroms out there, but now it's an offensive zone face-off for the Rosemount Irish. But I love the way these teams mind their defensive zones. They're very, as you say, they don't get out of position. They don't chase the play. They just play very, with a lot of defensive integrity back there. You can see it on both squads.
Well, it's very station to station. You know, you take care of your job and you make it happen.
But I just like the way that both defensive pairings on each side actually have good patience with the puck. If they get an opponent on them pretty quick, they don't just get rid of the puck and fire it up the boards or something. They actually do a bit of a regroup or a misdirection or something like that. So very poised in their own defensive zone leads to very efficient zone exits, and I think that's very important today. every day, but today in particular.
Did you see that highlight reel goal on our Twitter feed from Carson Rickles?
I did not.
Oh my goodness!
I had to get a little work done today, but I certainly will.
He had a lacrosse style goal, where he did the old hookup deal. We've seen that done a million times from the end line.
Yeah.
That Tim Legg made so popular with the Michigan Wolverines.
Sure.
Same thing.
The Michigan.
But good to see.
Now it's getting to be called.
I thought about sending that to Bucci, Maine, but I think it's been overdone. It's a great goal, but a little bit overdone. We've seen that too many times.
Well, it almost should be like traveling in baseball, where you can't put the puck on your stick like that. In basketball, I meant, if I said baseball. But.
I didn't know you could travel. Over to the near side it goes now for Nelson. Oh, here comes trouble.
Oh, and he speared him from the back. That's kind of intense. Tollefson didn't seem any worse for the wear on that, but they did take some exceptions. It was well after the whistle, so it's something that really didn't need to happen. But there's enough emotion out there that we don't need to kind of poke the bear, so to speak, but that might...
well, they're going to take Nelson, and we'll see what they take him with.
Now, that's a big bopper in the box for him, too. He's one of their primary defenders, but if it's a power play for Rosemount, they're hovering around the 20% mark, so with this kind of talent in the goal scorer in Lewandowski, that number should be a little bit higher, but 82.6 penalty kill for this Crimson team, so certainly in lines with being a pretty good penalty kill.
This is very Pat Milan-like. John Conley is turning up the volume on the music over there. Yeah, they go on sportsmanlike conduct for that one. Back off the corner. First power play of the game for either team. As it's going to be the Irish to control. Nice little puck movement there. Campbell, one-timer right into Winicky. Let's take a look at that on replay. First of all, I like the puck movement part here, and then the quick one-timer. Winicky squares and makes the save.
Yeah, and it was Ratzlaff. He's got a pretty heavy shot, but nice side-to-side by Winicky. He received that puck, hit him right in the crest, and just dribbled down, so he held onto it. So 1:27 left in the penalty to Henry Nelson. Must be nice to have depth. They got a big bopper defenseman in the box, and they still can come out with some quality D to kill this penalty.
Control to the corner. Now they play this up high to the line over to the near side. Depth usually wins you championships. Depth, goaltending, scoring, and luck. Back door. Oh, there's some goaltending there for you. Winicky makes the save as the net knocked off its posts as well.
Boy, and that was Ratzlaff sneaking down from the corner. He was all alone, and it seemed to be from this angle a wide open net. So nice job by Jack Winicky, the junior goaltender, to close that gap in a hurry, hold on to it, keep the puck out of the net. Just 1:07 left in the penalty to Henry Nelson.
Lewandowski now mans the right point, plays over for Wheeler, gets it back now. Lewandowski back for Wheeler up high. He's going to work his way over to the right side, stays on the puck. He stays deep now with it. He'll be poke checked, and the puck will be rung the boards. And no icing, of course, because we're shorthanded, are the Maple Grove Crimson. Kennebec will regroup behind his own net as he is being bothered by Zick. Now it's a puck that's picked up by Lewandowski. He'll gain the line, stick handles deep to the corner. Lewandowski stays on the puck. Still has it. Angles. He's checked, look out. Here they come back the other way. Zick with it, one-on-one with Wheeler. Zick shorthanded, just going to turn away. Didn't like what he saw there. And he leaves that back for the defenseman, Jix, who plays that nice touch pass there. Thomas now across the line. Checked on the play on his way through was Kernan. And now it's going to be the Irish back up the left wing side with 2:13 to go in the period. 2 on the power play. Pretty much killed off here for the Crimson. Now to the right side, it's Campbell. Misses the mark there. Long Karam comes over to the left side for Weissmiller. Now they'll take this up to the line. Quick wrist shot, save Winicky. And it's going to be gathered in and turned up by Jacobs. He's checked as he gets to center. Now it's, oh, look at that, Strammel. They want to hook on that one. They're not going to get it. There's a stick that's right off to the left of the net. Man, if I were Winicky, I'd get rid of that thing. Like
It'll likely come into play.
Official grabs it. I'm going to get that out of play. Back in behind the net. Campbell chopped at through center. Irish control as they regroup on it now. It's Horsager. And up ice, Campbell. Campbell tries to find some room back in behind the net. He's bumped on the play by Dahlquist as they cycle it to the circle back in behind the net. Gathered in by Elias. Elias to the left wing side. Across the line is Oakland. Oakland will be bothered on the play as he tries to find some extra room. Ooh, they check each other. One of the best hits of the night.
Got the elbows up.
2-on-2 battle. Tight checking game between these two teams now. Trying to find some room as Strammel gains a line. Nice feed. Scores! That is how it's done. Strammel, I believe he finds Lewandowski. Boy, they connect for a beauty here. Look at this one, Bart Archer.
Wow, it was a nice feed. He just saw him trailing. Sometimes the most dangerous players, the one trailing into the zone, but to put it right on Lewandowski's stick, and he beat the goaltender clean. Nice shot, 28.4. You don't want to give up a goal in the final minute of the period, but at least they earned that one. But that's got to give Rosemount a little good feels going into the locker room. It's up to Maple Grove to just finish the period out, if they can at least put some pressure on. But just it looks like they have a little enthusiasm as well. So I don't think the goal is going to phase Maple Grove at all. They didn't come in here expecting to shut out this Irish team, but it is 1-0 Irish in the waning moments of the first period.
Last I checked, Bart Archer, I would agree with that. But you know what? It's been a tight checking game, and I think the goals are going to be at a premium here between these two clubs.
No, I don't disagree.
16:32, the official time of that goal. Nearly another opportunity late in the game here, period here rather, as that one was chipped back to center now. On that play was Jacobs. Ratzlaff was there as well. I checked that was Strammel. And that ends the period.
Well, if you're a hockey fan, you have to like that first period. Very kind of a chess match, very deliberate in how they go about their business. Both teams have good speed, can control the puck down low, play defensively responsible. And we've seen an exhibition, at least in the first period, of two good goaltenders doing battle, but it's the goal in the final minute, as you said, 16:32 mark, and that was Lewandowski that scored that one, and that's the advantage that Rosemount's taken to the locker room. Expect a lot of energy out of both squads in the second period, but it should open up maybe a little bit, but you're right, goals are going to be a premium, so don't go away.
We will have more coming up for you here from the St. Louis Park Rec Center of the Tradition Holiday Classic. Tradition in the Park Holiday Classic. Can you zoom over on this guy real quick? This is Bart Archer's buddy before we go to break. I got to do this. Just get it on here.
Hey, Pete, will you turn down my mic so I don't say anything?
Good to see Todd Grover. Look at him. There he is. Just
there he is.
Commentate,
there
Bart.
He is. No.
Look at this. He's waving right to you, Bart. He waved right at you. See? He just gave me the fist pump.
Right on. I gave it back, too.
He gave Patrick one, too. Patrick Lilia.
Ooh, he got a low 5.
How does he not fall?
Well, he's been doing this for a while.
He's working the old. Can you zoom in on the skates, Todd? Once he gets around to the other side. I think he's got the old Lang goalie skates, old school.
That'd probably help him a little bit.
So what he likes to do is he winds it up and gets up ice, and he, look at that, gets some speed going. Zoom in on those skates. Get down on the wheels. Zoom in on the skates. On the skates. I want to look at his skates.
I hope he's got some elbow pads on.
I don't think he does.
I would. Be the first thing I put on besides a helmet.
See, those are like old Lang goalie skates, I think.
I think you're right.
Okay, he's going to bury from here. Let's see if he can do it.
I haven't seen him make one yet.
Are you serious?
No.
Well, let me see you try.
Oh, I'm not saying that I could do any better.
And he just did.
I know.
Oh, yeah, he made it because of you.
No, he didn't. Shut your mouth.
You motivated him.
Be quiet. Lay off.
Yeah, you coached him.
No, I didn't.
Here
I take no credit for it.
Let's see. Let's see if he gets 2 for 2.
See if we can go 2 in a row.
He's even dangling stick handling.
Oh,
no, the stick for safety.
That's what I'm used to, right?
That's part of the drill. Now watch this. He's coming right to the wall.
He's probably an exceptionally nice guy. Boy, he's got
What's going on with the stick here?
And they're just shaking. He's just letting him kind of get a feel for it. But he's got the Zendo Char or the Brett Burns stick.
Or Matt's Zuccarello.
Wow.
All right, do we keep it here or do we get out of here?
I say bye-bye.
Well, we haven't lost any viewers, really.
No.
Well, we have, actually. I think the tradition spots do better.
I'd say go to the tradition spots. They've been great.
So Anabai Construction Company started in 1905. So I'm a third generation, and now we have Eric and Jake.
One of the neatest things that I get to do when I go new places and talk about tradition companies is talk about the history of the company, and you know, it's pretty easy to be proud of the fact that we've been in continuous operation for almost 120 years.
Really, it just came down to, you know, trying to figure out better ways to serve the customer, and so it wasn't necessarily about making more money, but it was about providing a more seamless turnkey customer experience. So just kind of slowly over the years we added additional pieces to the puzzle.
So we started the tradition companies basically to figure out how we could do vertical integration that encompassed pretty much everything from the dirt to the final closing at title.
It would break your heart to see what we pull out of here every day. We're out here 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, cleaning up the water.
Probably dump that, man.
You guys need some help?
Sure.
Yeah.
No way. JJ what?
What's up, man?
How's it going?
I don't believe it. Good.
JJ, come on.
Thank you, sir. Welcome
Come on.
aboard, baby.
Isn't that for me?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So what are you guys doing out here? What's the whole cleanup about?
Well, we're just doing the right thing. It's a kind of a thankless job. It's out of sight, out of mind. Somebody's got to do it.
What's the dream for the cleanup project?
You know, my dream is for people to think twice before they throw something out.
No problem, boys. I thought I was going to have to come over there and show you how to do it.
That's not going to smell good.
Not pleasant. Great play, baby.
What would you do without these guys?
I would be in trouble. I don't know what I would do. These guys are everything to me.
You ever catch anything? Brackish waters up in here? I've caught castaneted shrimp. You eat them? No. It's been a good day, fellas. I appreciate you guys having me out here. It's eye-opening to see all the trash and everything that you guys pick up.
For me, it's really not just a job. You know, it's a passion.
I appreciate you having me out. You can swing a mean net, man.
Appreciate you helping us. It was a long, hot day.
You aren't kidding. It's hot. Talk about it. Yeah. The heat's a little different than it is on the field.
I think that being in a sport, it has built into it the concept that we are going to face a challenge. When we do sport the right way, we are teaching values. We're teaching kids how to be hard workers. We're teaching kids how to be courageous, to be fearless. Dynamites, because we have a focus on whole life youth development, physical, academic, social and spiritual excellence, we get that we're trying to develop people to be whole people. And I think that when you combine that mission with sport, I think you naturally get that. We have programs in each of those 4 areas. We have ice hockey for physical excellence. Academic excellence includes academic support like one-on-one tutoring. We have a summer academic camp. Social excellence includes our big community service project, Greg Carroll Learn to Skate, and also we're faith-based. So when kids are old enough, they have the choice to go to summer camp, kind of that traditional summer church camp. Every kid in the program has multiple mentors. If they're in tutoring, they have a very special mentor that's just their very own. And then of course the hockey coaches are mentors, and of course all the staff are mentors too. We have a very high retention rate. Dynamite's high school graduation rate over 20 years is 85%. And over the last 5 years, 96% have graduated, which is really significant because right now Minneapolis Public Schools is reporting that their graduation rate is 53%. So that, I think, is another measure that shows that Dynamites is working. Being a faith-based organization, I think we're able to say things that are really powerful sometimes. We might say to the kids, like, we're gonna do some hard things today, and we want you to remember we can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. A few minutes later, we might be asking them to do that hard thing, and you got heads down and panting, and remind them, remember, you have strength. God's given you the strength to do this. You have the strength that you need inside you right now. They might even remember the moments where they began to believe that, where they began to believe, I should be fearless. Only believe, do not fear.
Let's go back to that little place where we used to go in the summer days. We dip our feet at the water's edge, and everyone would come along to meet us there. We'll have a competition to see who can chat for longer, 'cause every year my body's getting stronger. We can swim all day and dance until the night, but we're not coming home till the moonlight shines, till the moonlight shines. Do 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 do. 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 Let's go back to that little place where we used to go in the summer days. The lodge by the water's still my favorite place, and I could come every year and it wouldn't change.
Welcome back to the Tradition in the Park tournament. We'll give you a quick scoring summary. Not a lot to talk about, but it was Lewandowski that scored his 18th goal of the season. Assist from Charlie Strammel, and that was at the 16:32 mark. So just in the waning moments of that first period, that's where we stand now. Shots on goal that period. Rosemount with 10, Maple Grove with 5. But of those 5, Maple Grove probably had 3 pretty good quality scoring opportunities. But it was a very close to the vest first period. The chances were few and far between. That should open up a little bit the second period, but it's going to be a good one. Just moments away from the drop of the puck.
Indeed it is.
Indeed.
That was a good one I just had there.
Yeah, I thought you were mad at that burger.
The Sloppy Joe's media meal here. Scouts. We're loaded with scouts here because they get fed.
Right. Loaded with announcers here because they get fed too.
Well, Jerry Burrow. I mean, he hasn't left.
Yeah. Everybody want to make sure they're in front of the line.
Apparently, I've got a guest on my couch. I don't know if Mike Randolph's watching this thing, but you know who's going to be snoring on my couch.
Yep.
Here's a chance. Nice move. Campbell Winicky, a big save. He had to be quick to start that one. Shots on goal were 10-5 for the period for Rosemount. I don't know if you call that as I was turning myself up or not. But
yeah, in fact, we did cover that, but it never hurts to get more information. But Mason Campbell did a nice job of dangling through right up the slot, put some pressure on Jack Winicky, the goaltender for Maple Grove. But as you said, he kicked out that pillow. He had to stretch as far as he could to make sure that didn't go far side. But face off center ice. We're 25 seconds into this first period. Already Rosemount's got a good scoring opportunity.
Crimson will regroup and play this one back to the left wing side. There's a touch pass. Kernan there, in on goal. Nice save made as that was turned aside by Tollefs.
Well, Mason Wheeler did a really nice job of pacing with Kernan. Kernan's got some speed, and he had some good forward thrust on that one, but he held pace, forced him to the outside, and allowed Tollefson to actually square up and make a pretty good save on that. But nice response by Maple Grove.
Back off the face-off. It's Sabo pickpocketed at the line. Ooh, they had a man down low. They're looking for Jacobs, who wanted to pull the trigger.
Another good play by Wheeler.
He was sent back in across the line. You know, when you lose a scorer like you do in Kukkonen, it changes your approach offensively. It doesn't completely, but you don't have that guy you can rely on that's going to score that big goal when you need it. You have to kind of go by committee.
Yeah, but the silver
and you
lining,
have to work it through.
The silver lining is everybody else gets invested and involved because everybody has to just do their
It's
job a
next
little
man
better.
up.
Right on.
And there's enough talent to do that.
That is, it's a good point.
Oakland across the line. Forced wide of the mark. Now it's going to be Elias with it. Sends it back down to Oakland from the corner. He's bothered on the play by Rosemount's Jonah Forshear as it comes back up to the line. That's going to be sent right back in behind by Oakland. Wheeler now. Look back behind. He's going to go back to his man. That's going to be Horsager. Back up through center. Got a man open on the right wing side. There's a nice feed in front. Winicky makes the save. And once again, there's a great feed. That came from the right wing side. That was Giuliani who found the oncoming. I checked that. I'm sorry. That was Beatty that found the oncoming Sabo. Where Winicky extended the pad, Bart. That was good stuff.
He had to, actually. But I think the puck rolled on Sabo. Sabo scored a goal last night, looking for another one tonight. But a nice job by the Maple Grove Crimson goaltender to keep that puck out. Another good save.
In front of the bench area, there's another check thrown by Beatty. Now across the line, it's the Crimson as they support the puck, and a penalty coming up.
Well, I don't know. I think it might be on Jacob Jix for Maple Grove that's going to go. Their numbers are a little hard for this old guy to read, but it is going to be Jix that's going to go. We're just 2 minutes and 10 seconds into the second period. Rosemount's got two good scoring opportunities. Now they get a chance to go on the power play, being up by a goal.
Well, again, that power play is going to come into play for the Rosemount Irish. Something that they certainly have the ability to do some damage on.
Very big 2 minutes for this Maple Grove team.
Number 23, Jacob Hicks. 2 minutes for interference. Hicks off for interference, trying that Crimson penalty, 2-10.
Hicks for interference, now up to the line for Campbell. Gives it back over to the right wing side. They're going to give and go from the corner. No, they're going to drag some people with, and now try to go up high, looking for Campbell. Nice job on the stick to get that out of the zone. Here's the foot race for it. Oakland will get there first, back in behind the net. Campbell stays with him, though, and plays the angle and forces Oakland's hand. Now it's going to be handled by Horsager, the sophomore, with 7 points on the season so far. Ratzlaff takes that one, sends that back in behind the net. Choked down from the right wing side. Horsager plays that all the way in and around to the near boards now as it's a perimeter game on the power play. Look out, here comes Campbell with a minute left on the power play. There's a shot that's deflected through the slot area wide of the mark. Campbell, quick wrister over to the far side, booted away there. Now it's off the boards. Ratzlaff again plays for Campbell, back for Ratzlaff. Touch pass far side. Oh, give and go. Gorgeous. That's knocked off its post. They let that play through, though, Bart.
Yeah, in fact, I thought we were going to get a little quicker whistle, but you have to at least allow Rosemount some continuation on that one. But they kept forcing that one. They really made some good sequence of passing, got it over to the weak side, and they're going for the redirect in front, or they're going for the weak side winger or defenseman crashing the net. So really nice mindset by Ricky Sainty in the Rosemount Irish power play.
Well, and you know, the give and go from long distance, rink wide, back and forth, that was terrific, and a good look for Ratzlaff.
Very crisp passing.
Winnike's been really good in goal here today for the Crimson. So far, just one tally that late in the period.
Not much you could do about that one. That was a good, clean goal.
Wheeler will backpedal with 20 to go in the power play. We'll have that shot for one more rush here. 5-on-4 through the neutral. Wheeler, long pass across the line. Kennebec carries, loads it up. There's Winnike, throws the right pad on it and kicks it over to the near board. Strammel brought down on the play. Hendrickson plays that up high for Wheeler. Wheeler snapper, glove save. Winnike looks that one in as he sees it all the way through, and now we're at full strength.
Well, there was a lot of activity, and Winnike had to make a couple saves, but Maple Grove good puck possession, but really sound defense. Rosemount had good puck possession, but a pretty good kill by the Crimson. They want to stay out of the box against this this Irish team, but Winnike picked him up when he needed to.
The Minnetonka Skippers are finding their way into the rink as they prepare for their 7:30 tilt with the Huskies of Andover. In just about an hour and a half, we'll be playing that one.
Well, that was a preset play. They were trying to spring Tyler Oakland, but he checked up for some reason at the red line and then kind of reinvigorated himself, but couldn't catch up to that puck, so it's going to come all the way back down. 12:40 left in the second period. Rosemount still holding on to a 1-goal advantage.
Strammel.
Is he just a freshman?
And Hallstrom, yep. He was a dangler. He was big
frame.
Last year as an 8th grader. He's
got a nice frame.
He's a little bit bigger this year.
Yeah.
It was Jerry Burrow yesterday that said he's a little bigger, thicker version as a freshman than Ryder Donovan was back in his days as a Hound.
Oh, that's pretty good praise right there.
Here comes Strammel across the line. Drop pass, shot by Campbell in on goal. And Winnike makes the save. Nice setup, nice feed across the line again.
Well, a little extracurricular holiday cheer after the whistle, but really a good shot by Mason Campbell. It was on goal anyway, but Winnike received that area rebound again, but a little soft by the Crimson at the blue line. Forwards have to come back and kind of help so they can step up and really make a bit of a challenge at that natural line of defense. But Rosemount just walked in, good sequence, got a good shot right on top of the right hash mark, but another good save by Jack Winnike.
Back up to the line. That one's buzzed wide of the mark. Checking over at the Plymouth Ice Center halfway through the second period with 10 minutes remaining. The Pioneers of Hill Murray lead Cloquet Esco Carleton by a score of 2-0.
Oh.
Bouncing back after that instant classic that played out at the MN Hockey TV last night, which was Wyzetta's overtime win. Watch out for the Trojans.
I was going to say, never count them out.
But how about the fact that it was straight hammering by the Cretin-Durham Hall Raiders. There's a chance down low as the net's knocked off its post. The Raiders hammer Blaine 8-4.
Yeah, and that's unusual, but it was close. It was very tightly contested for a while, and then, as you said, it was Cretin-Durham Hall Raiders that blew it open. But you know, if hitting's contagious, goal scoring became contagious for the Raiders. But a very impressive showing by Gleason as well. I think he netted 4, probably had 5-point game, something like that, but the numbers are just gaudy. 11:36 left in the second period. Offensive zone face-off for the Crimson. Kernan against Sabo.
Up high to the slot area. There's a chance. Nice defensive play. Wheeler, really good looking defenseman here for this Irish team. Then he finishes a check off the corner. Gunderson now.
With some enthusiasm.
That one's flipped through. That was deflected down but missed the mark. As it comes back up to the line, it's sent right back in behind Irish territory as it's going to be handled. And the Karam over to the right wing side. Brum is there. Looks to center, gathered in. Nice job by Lewandowski. The talent is so impressive. Let's see if we can grab that on replay for you.
And he also had Sabo coming in on the weak side, but he opted to take the shot. They came in 2-on-1 with some speed, and Lewandowski put a good shot on goal, but once again, Weineke came out, a confident goaltender came out in the blue and challenged the shooter because the defense was taking the pass away, but Sabo was there waiting in the wings if there's a rebound, but Weineke is not giving up any rebounds today. Weineke.
To Winnicke's left, the face-off won by the Crimson as they play it to the right wing side. Giuliani now across the line with a chance that hits the post. That was a dinner bell at its best, and then there's another chance up high from the slot area. Now from the right point, played back down by Elias. Gathered in by Horsager. Big check thrown by Beatty. Now to center. And it's cut off again. Here come the Crimson. Elias across the line. They'll load this one up. Oh, and that was deflected on the way through. And that was Tollefson who was focused on that save. Nice job on the stick to play that out. Weissmiller makes the play. Now Nelson plays that one rink wide ahead. On the feed, that was Elias. There's a shot. That goes up high. Just an absolute siege here that Tollefson's under with a nice little flurry of offensive opportunities. We'll see this one develop right here.
Well, that's the first time we've seen Will Tollefson be vulnerable. The first one off the post, and then he struggling to get back into position. But Maple Grove kind of cutting the ice in half and keeping the play down in the zone. That one, I think, went off the bucket, not a play. Face off to his right, just a tick under 10 minutes to go in the second period.
Rolling puck back through the center ice area. Dahlquist. And up to the right wing side. Gunderson is there. Now Stramel plays it. Kenefek. Near side. There's Wheeler to play ahead. Now here comes Leafblad for the Crimson. Rings the boards hard. Back in and around to the near boards. Crashing hard is Dahlquist. But they win the battle, do the Irish to the right wing side. There's Kenefek, who gets a little bit of help now from Retzlaff. There's a shot save. Winnicke rebound. He was prone, but that one pushed wide of the mark. 9:08 to go in the second. Now high from the line. That's blocked. Nice job to give it up for his squad there. Back up through center ice it goes. That one misses the mark. That's going to be in on goal as Tollefson lays it up for Retzlaff. He plays that one to the left wing side. That's going to be off the linesman to the slot. Bump to the line. Ooh, off the stick of Stramel, had a chance there. Now it's the Crimson over to the right wing side. Elias with it, 1-0, tight checking affair here. There's a shot in on goal, another save by Tollefson. Stood up in his tracks was Jacobs, and now from the slot area, it's gathered in and played to center. Wheeler controls. Winnicke will glove that, decides to hold on, wisely so, to get the change.
Well, I do like what Maple Grove's been doing. They've been getting out of their zone pretty quick and easier than before, but I really like this Rosemount team. They don't seem like they're able to be taken off their game at all. They just kind of go about their business and do things the way that they do. Maple Grove just very aggressive getting on the puck, but nice zone exits by this Rosemount team.
Back up high to the line. That's stopped by Campbell. He's had a good game. And now controlled back at the center ice area by Garrett Horsager. Rink wide. Lewandowski in front. Oh, there's Winicky, the save. No goal. Take a look at this one on replay. He got the poke check, but the follow through will slow this down for you. Absolutely, net was off its post.
Well, and I think it was a really nice play by Matthew Gross to interrupt that, because he was all alone with Winicky, but he interrupted his stride just enough. They both carried him into the net, so faceoff is going to be in the Maple Grove zone, but really a sound defensive play as far as kind of a regroup, because it was Rosemount putting on the pressure with numbers. Those are the little things that mean a lot in a game like this.
So the Irish want to know why that wasn't a goal, because the net was well off its posts. He's just asking, pleading the case.
Sure.
Why not?
Setting a little precedent, maybe a little residual value will come out of that. But the appropriate call.
8:01 to go. Shots on goal, 21-10 in favor of the Irish. They have possession. There's Winicky, another blocker pad save. That came in with a tough look there. Chopped in and played around. Campbell will try to get there for the Karam, does, but there's another Crimson player to break that one up as it rolls to center. Always tempo and pace with Lewandowski at the line. They're going to call that one offside. Linesman was right there.
Yeah, he was in good proximity. It was Brum that snuck in just a little bit over. But that really limited what could have been a nice 2-on-1 with Lewandowski as well. So two pretty quality offensive players got stymied by the blue line. Just have to pay particular attention to try to stay on side as best you can, but it does happen. So face off outside the zone. 7:38 left in the second period. Rosemount up by 1.
It's a fraction.
Fraction.
That's
Game
the difference.
Of fractions.
Yeah. Dahlquist played that one rink wide. Now across the line with it, it's Gunderson as he'll play this one to the corner. Gunderson looks up off the near boards for Dahlquist through his wickets. Here it comes back down in Winicky. He's going to play it himself to center. That's knocked down. Kennebec there. Now it's taken away by Strammel. He'll play this one to the slot, swiped away. Wheeler regroups in the neutral zone. His club leading 1-0. Sent back in behind. Winicky will cut that one off as the Crimson will regroup off the boards to center. Peeler with it. Gets a little bit of help now from Gunderson. Drops for Peeler, sent back into the corner. Wheeler and Peeler, say that 5 times fast. Now it's going to be played to the oncoming Leafblad, who plays right back in behind for Gunderson. Leafblad back up to the line. Gets it back, top of the right circle from the slot. His shot's blocked as it's going to be poked to the near boards. Crimson stay on this one. They get a partial change in the offensive zone. Stick by Leafblad, not enough to stop Retzlaff, who plays this one over to Kennebec, kicks it back onto the stick of Strammel, who logs a lot of ice time for this Rosemount Irish edition. Through center, nice move by Kernan. He'll walk across the line. He's prolific. Kernan down low, wants the wraparound, ran out of real estate, and that was covered neatly by Tollefson, picked up now by the Irish off the glass, and icing will be your call with 6:11 to go, or 6:10 rather now, in the second period.
Well, I like what Kernan did. He looked up to see if there was any options, didn't see any options, so he kind of took the big skate, kind of gave a look that he was going to take a shot trying to freeze the goaltender to the one post and then go far side, but Tollefson did a really nice side-to-side to close that gap in a hurry. But when Kernan gets a puck down low, everybody's on point, but goaltender made a nice save. 6:08 left to go in the second period.
Back behind the net, high slot area, turned over. That's off a skate. Now the Crimson are going to transition and regroup back through center ice. Oakland with it. He's wedged outside on a fine play there by Horsager as it's going to be sent back into the corner. Top of the slot, they load that one up. That's deflected high up in the air and off the netting.
Well, we've said Tyler Oakland's name quite a bit. Carrying the puck into the zone, went a little bit wide, but he's had a number of offensive entries, and but again, Rosemount's doing a good job of forcing everything in the outside. They don't have a lot of options when they come into the zone, so they just throw it in front, kind of hoping somebody will be there, but so far nobody's been there. But again, Rosemount being very responsible defensively. And I think Maple Grove's really had a good showing this period, but they don't have anything on the scoreboard to show for it. They've only really, I think, got 5 shots on goal, but they played a pretty sound period.
Elias with it. Well, it's a 1-0 game for a reason. The goaltending's been good on both sides, and you know the scoring chances have been limited. Well played, back into the corner. On control on the puck now, it's Barber. as he plays this one back in behind. Horsager fights this one off, wants to muscle that one ahead with a hand. Now it's going to be gathered in by Brum. Through center, that's off the stick of the Crimson's Elias. Now Lewandowski, low slot area. That one just pushed wide of the mark. Now to handle, it's the Irish. Back up to the line. That hits a pair of skates. Back into the corner it goes. Zick is there as he comes together with Sabo. And it'll be muscled ahead. Another one-hander to the line, but not out. Retzlaff's shot turned aside. Nice job by Winicky.
Boy, he's got a heavy shot.
Indeed he does. Oakland's just going to, hit the turnbuckle on the way through. Didn't get what he wanted, which was to get it down the ice. Now they got a chance to get center red and then get it deep. Here we go. Man, it's been denied, though. Look at that. The Irish saying no.
Tough sledding.
They do get the change, though, as here comes Strammel winding it up through center ice. He's going to carry this one wide to the right wing side. That's now on a stick and played through center. Gathered in and played over from left to right. Nice job on the play there by Retzlaff as it's now going to be sent back up through the middle. Here they go with it. Gunderson across the line for the Crimson. Drop pass that misses the mark. And now the Irish take over. They look for Kennebec up the middle on that play. That was Johnston. Deflected away. And now it's going to be guided over to the far boards. It's Horsager again as he plays back to center. Whoa, big collision down low in front. Dahlquist lowers the leather on Peeler. Now Kennebec goes down with Dahlquist. Dahlquist will have to go back to get his stick. And now it's going to be Gunderson in control. Smooth skating. Winger. There's a wrist shot in on goal. Handled. A nice save by Tollefson. Good chance by the Crimson. Strammel, his pass telegraphed and read by Dahlquist as he stepped up on that. Off the glass to center. As here's the foot race, Strammel and Dahlquist. Dahlquist, nice job to get rid of that. And deflected in by Gunderson. Puck bounces to the near side. Nice job to make the read for Hendrickson, who plays this one ahead. 2:55 to go in the second period. Back in across the line they go with energy and in deep. It's Kernan. Kernan will look out front. Down goes an Irish player. The battle is real in front. And the battle is real behind the net too. And off the sideboards. Kernan gets absolutely lit up there by, who was that? That was Bawick who came up huge. Now there's a check thrown there by Weissmiller. Back off the end boards. The physical play picking up here at the rec center. That's off the stick of Dahlquist and back into Crimson territory. Quickly ahead they go. They don't want to hang around in their zone. Now it's going to be moved by Oakland across the line. Tollefson's just going to cover this one up. Bart, there was some good stuff going on down there.
Yeah, indeed there was, and you're right. The physical part of the game is picking up, and it just it got down to the point where they just it was Dahlquist that really kind of set the tone on that shift, and then it kind of picked up from that point on. Kernan took a couple body checks but stayed out there, but really good push by this Maple Grove team. But again, Tollefson, high save, kind of owly rebound, but his defense supported him quite well, cleared that puck out of danger. So again, good push by Maple Grove, but again, good defense by this Rosemount Irish team.
They're going to run this one through center and icing the call off the faceoff, but back into Irish territory we go. Now we see the Huskies are now arriving as they get ready.
Yeah, Minnetonka arrived a little bit ago. Should be a good contest to round out the night. But Pete, 2:09 left. This is kind of that time of the period where both teams just want to be very, very intelligent. Don't make any mistakes, don't take any penalties, and don't give up a goal. Pretty easy. Gunderson against Sabo in the draw.
Sabo pulls it away and looks ahead and finds Lewandowski. Lewandowski to the right wing side for Brum. Cut off by the Crimson. If they hurry, they got numbers and they get up in the play. Now on stride, it's Elias. Again, forced wide by Wheeler in the Irish defense. They've been really strong in that area here tonight. And a long shot by Nelson is deflected up and out of play.
And I think that was deflected by Trevor Blum. So forwards getting involved in the defense. But you're right, it was Maple Grove that really, they caught the Irish down low. The forwards got a little deep, so they came up with some speed and some numbers. But once again, forcing them to the outside, limiting their angles, taking away distance and space. And then once they do get the shot, they ramp it up and out of play. So again, sound defensive play by this Irish team. 1:47 to go.
Irish control, face off back into the center ice area. Chipped back in by Elias. Retzlaff and Horsager play catch with that puck. Winicky will take the safety play and keep it simple and cover that one up.
He saw Charlie Stramel coming in not too far away, so he made the decision to cover that up, 127. But Stramel, goal and assist last night, 2 points, got 4 on the season so far, and I can see why. He's a big body that skates actually pretty well, but he gets some pretty good opportunities through some effort and hard work. Boy, the music's a little loud, don't you think?
Oh, a little Snow Patrol. John Conley played that one for me.
Well, I had a very mature gentleman in front of us look and say the music's loud, so I just wanted to translate that.
Well, it's kind of funny how they think it's us. You know, everything's right. How in the hell are we the PA guys up here? I don't understand it.
Well, especially when we got a Zamboni the ice between periods, delayed penalty, and people grow.
Just kills me. Every time they always go, "Are you the
Yeah.
Okay, are you the public address guy?
Right.
Can you tell someone they left their lights on?"
Yeah. No.
How would we be the public address guy up here?
I don't know. I just know I have to go make sloppy joes between periods. We wear many hats here.
John Conley is really he's pushing general manager Jason Eisold's sound system to the max right
Testing it right now. Test
he's
1, 2,
pushing
3.
it.
Yes, he is.
Oof.
The red line.
Lewandowski back up for Wheeler. It's a big moment here. It was late in the first where the Irish scored. Can they do it here late in the second to open up a 2-0 lead?
Oakland for hooking.
I've been very impressed with the Irish defensively here tonight. Now they work it on the power play. Wheeler. Lewandowski behind the back for Wheeler, who walks it down to the top of the circle. Oh, here comes Stramel out of nowhere. Pulls that through traffic. Winicky was craning the neck to see if he could find that puck. Wheeler's
here we go.
Stick is deflected. It's back the other way with Zick. In on goal. Zick holds it. Score!
Oh, boy.
Zick on the turnover at the line, and late in the period, the second period, it's the Crimson. There he goes, just racing on in, holds it. Took it to the forehand. Often you see them want to go to the backhand, but
I think he froze Tollefson just for that brief moment, and Tollefson stretched his pad out, so he didn't have a lot of room to negotiate, but it was really muddy inside the Crimson zone, and the puck just squirted out to the middle right by the blue line, and it was Zick that came in with some energy, showed some good speed, had a little separation, got Tollefson to commit and froze him for that moment. Tollefson tried to recover, but a big goal for Maple Grove. They still have some work to do. Just 22 seconds left in this period. They're still down a man, but that has to give them a little positive, good feels.
Boy, Shorty at any time gives you positive
Absolutely.
vibe, no questions asked. 10 seconds to go in the period. They'll play this back over to the right wing side. There's a one-timer. That's blocked away. There's a shot. Winicky, a save late in the period. Big one. Oh, let's take a look at that one on replay.
Yeah, kind of a trying moment for Maple Grove, but they survived. But I like the answer by the Irish. The Irish got right back to business on the power play. But 50 seconds is what the Irish are going to start the next period. Now it's 1-1. So a big goal by Maple Grove to tie this game up, so they have some good feelings going into the locker room. I think Rosemount was absolutely fabulous during that period. Had some good looks, but again, it was Winicky that really kind of made some really point-blank saves. But it's 1-1 going into the next period. 50 seconds on the power play for Rosemount to start the period.
We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have more coming up for you. High school hockey continues right here at the MNHockey.tv.
You know, the difference maker is just the, you know, the personal interest level we take, where it's just more than a job. We really feel, you know, a passion for serving the clients and really taking care of them. I think the loan officer group we have, you know, it's not about the money, it's about the satisfaction when you're sitting at the closing table with the clients and you've done a good job for them and they're happy, and you know, you see the joy that you bring their families. Helping be a guide for someone when they're going through what quite typically is the largest single investment, you know, someone's going to make in their life, their home. For that trust they place in us, it's really satisfying to be able to provide that service. And I think that there's a little bit of a oversimplification of what the mortgage process is really all about, and certainly, the ability to close a transaction quickly and with the least amount of brain damage involved, I can appreciate, but there's a tremendous amount of thought that needs to go into a selection of the product itself, and then to be able to sit down with a experienced professional is extremely important to make sure you're making the right choice. And once we've come to that conclusion that this does make sense and the customer does want to move forward, certainly being able to fast track it and use all the technology available to get to the closing table as fast and as efficiently as possible.
High school hockey continues right here at the MNHockey.tv, and we are between periods with Tradition Capital Bank's Dan Fagan. Thanks for joining us here. I know you've got a busy schedule, and we've got a lot of great stuff to talk about. First of all, why don't you share your position with the bank and what you do?
Hey, thanks. Thanks for having me. I'm Dan Fagan, and President and CEO of Tradition Capital Bank.
And in your role, you've obviously have a bank that's a little bit different than other banks. We have a stereotypical thing in our mind, but when it comes down to what you are as a bank, can you kind of share what's different about you and who Tradition Capital Bank is?
Yeah, would be happy to. We started in 2005. We raised $10 million of capital, and we had a vision for being a bank of locally owned investors and bankers that are in our community, to come together and create a bank that we would have this idea of doing business with friends and family and expanding that network over time. For us, we are a full-service community bank in the Twin Cities, so you can think of all the services that a Wells Fargo or a U.S. bank would do. We can do those here. But think of it in terms of high touch, high service. So we have all the technology, mobile app, online banking. We have loans, deposits, all the types of things you get with a U.S. bank or Wells Fargo bank, you get with us. But when you come in, we know you by name, we recognize you, we give a high level of service, and it's a much different feel. We're a private bank, so we're not a high value mass marketed bank. We're more unique and more kind of fly under the radar through our friends and family.
And so with that recognition from the client base and how it feels, it definitely, for those that come through your doors, it's a lost art, I think. And have you found as a business with what you offer, you have the technological capabilities of all the big box banks, if you will, but you have the hometown feel that we really don't get in the Twin Cities anymore.
Yeah, no, I would agree. And if you look, if you know the banking world, there's a lot of consolidation happening. So I don't want to think of your Home Depot's taking out the local hardware store, but banks are very similar in that you can get lost as a customer in a big bank. But a bank like ours, we're smaller, we're more nimble, we're very responsive, but yet we were founded by a lot of good business owners in the Twin Cities community. And we have a lot of good bankers here. I myself was a former bank examiner. So we know banking very well, but we are very responsive. We're locally owned, local decision making, and you're not going to get that as much in the Twin Cities here. Other banks are making decisions, some in California, some in Wisconsin, some that take 3 weeks on a turnaround for you. If you come in here, we can talk among our bank and within a few hours get back to you and let you know, hey, this is something we can do. We've done, honest to goodness, we've closed a $10 million loan in a couple of days. Now, we don't do bad loans. We do good loans, but we're very responsive. We had all the information, and we put the transaction together, and that's just not something you're going to get at a big bank.
Well, there's some things that we say we're uniquely Minnesotan, but we also do business Minnesotan as well, so it's really helpful for those Minnesota businesses to know exactly that they have someone with their finger on the pulse of what's really happening here. Let's dig in a little bit deeper into the technology part of things that you have from the consumer, the user perspective. Can you kind of open up the toolkit there? What do you got?
Absolutely. So from a private banking perspective, we obviously have online banking that you could do on a desktop, or we have the kind of online tablet banking, but most importantly, we have our mobile banking app. If you're familiar with some of the larger banks, for example, Bank of America, we actually have the same platform that they use in their online banking. So we have banking where you can look at, obviously, account balances, make payments online. You can make transfers to other individuals. We have a product called Zelle that's very popular among
all
the big
over
banks.
it. We pay our employees with it.
There you go. So we've got Zelle here. So basically all the things you could do at the big banks, the technology's there, and we're implementing them and have that available for us. For our business customers, we also have business online banking, set up ACH originations, again, client to client, B2B, or individual to individual. We have all those services and technology, but the best part is that you have that hands-on, one-on-one. You need something, you pick up the phone, you dial a number, it's picked up by an individual, we know you, we're responsive, and we can make those things happen, whether it's a wire transfer, whether it's overdraft. If you are out and about, you go away for a weekend, and you forget to transfer money, and you're overdrawn, we're not going to return that check, and we're going to call you and say, hey, what happened? Because we know you. So you have all the tech now. You'll be able to see that, and you'll have probably something pop up on your app, insufficient funds, but you don't have to worry that we're going to return the check. You can call us. We know you. We take care of it. That's what you get when you're with Tradition.
And that's very unique. And you also, from someone picking up the phone, you don't have the phone tree to work through where they say, we didn't get that. We try that again, which is really, for me, I think that's a terrific thing too. As far as where you're going, obviously you've opened up a fabulous facility in Wayzata. You're here in Edina, and are you also somewhere else?
In North Oaks.
North Oaks, that's correct. Anything beyond those three locations? What are you guys thinking there?
So I think right now for the Twin Cities, that's a pretty good market. And again, with technology, you don't need brick and mortar on every corner. In fact, you may not go into the bank as many times as you used to. Now we're here if you need us. The reason we had Edina was our original spot. We went to North Oaks. It was pretty strategic because it was literally across town on the other side to serve kind of the St. Paul market and North Metro. Wayzata was a very unique opportunity that we had a client that had a building and said, hey, you know what, this is a cool little community out here. So we looked to set up a small location. We have about 10 staff, just under 10 staff that are at our Wayzata location, but again, full service banking. In terms of the Twin Cities, that's what we're at kind of right now, but we obviously are always looking at strategic initiatives. What I will say is that, and this is a little bit down the road, but we have a lot of clients that were private bank clients that winter in either Arizona or Naples. And so we are considering putting kind of right now, we can do business down there already, but we are looking at down the road setting up some branch locations because we want to make sure we take care of our clients wherever they're at. And those seem to be some markets that a lot of people are attracted to, and we've had a lot of customer relationships out there. So that's kind of a little thing in the future that we're taking a look at.
Well, so not far away, we have our Edina Jerry's Foods down in Sanibel Island, so why not? The free shameless plug, sorry.
Yes,
hope you're okay with that.
Absolutely.
Kind of the same concept for those of you that,
you know
appreciate
what, though?
that.
That's exactly what it is. We're Minnesotans. We know this market. We know our people.
Everybody loves that.
And everybody loves that. And if you're going to be out in those other communities dealing with people that are just good, hardworking, good, valued Minnesota people, that's what we're looking to do. And by the way, we have an aging employee base, and some of these employees are looking to go to these communities. So it's a nice way to retain not only our customers, but also some of our employees. And so we see a big opportunity. But also, I think there's a lot of people in those communities that miss kind of that hometown, small town feel. You go in, it's a handshake, you see things. Yes, we need to fill out paperwork and all that, but we do our best to be people of integrity. And when we tell you we're going to do something, we do it. No surprises, handshake, that's the way we do it.
Terrific stuff, Dan. Finally, if I want to get started with you, if I'm a business or a consumer, what's the best way? Just pop in, give you a call? What do you guys prefer?
Either, yeah. We have kind of on our website, you can see kind of the department leads we have here, whether it's a business banking need, private banking need, construction development. Obviously, you can have call us on the phone. The best way is either that or just come in person. We have bankers here on site that if you're not calling us, if you're in the area, pop in, we'll get somebody right away. We always have someone to handle the needs there. So it's literally a phone call, let us know, and we'll do everything we can to help. If we're not the best fit for you or the best resource, we'll do everything we can to help make that appropriate connection to someone that might better serve you.
That's exactly who these people are, folks. What is that email? Why don't you shoot that out there for everybody? Or email, sorry, website, web address. Why don't you shoot that for us?
www.tradition.bank, B-A-N-K.
Simple enough. Dan, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks so much.
Good stuff. Thank you. We'll be back with more high school hockey coming up right after this. All right, we're tied at 1. We get ready for what should be a terrific third period.
Well, it's 1-1, 17 minutes, going to be fun, but it's Rosemount starts 48 seconds on the power play.
They gave up the shorty late in the period, which evened it up at 1. And here we go into the third. They'll play it over to the near side now. It's played back down into the corner. Campbell up high, top of the umbrella. Plays this one to the near right wing side for Horsager. Fanned on there. Big check thrown off the end boards. And over to make the play is Horsager. Plays this one up to the line for Campbell. Horsager wants to give and go out of the corner. Wanted to draw his man in, but not biting there was Thomas. And here they play this one through. And that's going to do it for the penalty. We're even up at 5-on-5 now.
Pretty good kill.
Very
limited
well.
the opportunities.
I mean, you're +1 on the kill.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Stramel now across the line. Ooh, he went up high right off the globe there of the goaltender, Winicky. Jack Winicky.
A good save, kind of a gutsy save, but when in doubt, go for the ears, aim for the ears, and if you miss, you might have a pretty good opportunity. There's some space up top, but off the cranium and up out of play, so face off to his left.
Aim for the ears.
That's the rule of thumb.
The Bart Archer School of Shooting.
If I could only practice what I preach, huh?
Yeah.
Shots on goal that period, 15 for Rosemount, only 7 for Maple Grove, but we're not at it 1.
Face-off control by the Irish. We've got a stalemate type of game going on here. It's kind of a defensive tussle with some great goaltending.
Well, and this is where intelligence is going to work into the mix. You can't win a hockey game like this without being intelligent the way you go about your business, but both teams have been very cerebral today. Made the right decisions.
Oh, here's Kennebec with a look. Side of the net he goes as he tried to go up top to the short side glove. Now for the Crimson, it's out of the zone with Nelson. His pass fails to click for Gunderson, and they spin this one off at the line. Leaf play looks to get inside as we'll see who this one's on.
It's going to be on Rosemount.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. You'll see this on the replay. Watch this as the stick gets inside here.
Yeah, he got a little aggressive with the stick, but he's going to spend 2 minutes in the box, kind of balance the penalty scales a little bit, going to give Maple Grove a chance in the power play. Maple Grove hovering at the 50% mark on the power play, 9 for 18, very impressive number, but they're going against an 82.4 penalty kill in Rosemount Irish, but again, Rosemount's defended so well that 50% power play looks good, but in application, they still have a lot of work to do. But they have 2 minutes to give it a try, 15:09 left in the third period. Maple Grove on the power play.
We'll see what happens with this one now as we'll face off to the right of Will Tollefson. Nelson, goal and 2 assists yesterday is very dangerous. Shallow angle, shot, rebound. Turned aside by Tollefson and slammed off the glass and out of the zone by Horsager.
Well, it was a good save by Tollefson. Good support by the Irish to clear that puck out. There's a lot of Maple Grove jerseys down around the crease area.
Irish look to hound the puck here. And they do. Oh, nearly gloved down. And, well, gloved down. I meant in the zone by Nelson. They'll turn this one back. Across the line, Oakland, wrister, stick save, nice job, turned aside. Read in neatly by Tollefson. There's a pass toward the slider. Look out now, here's Lewandowski, a shorty. Breakaway, in on goal, Lewandowski scores! Right back at you, say the Rosemount Irish. They get their shorty on a breakaway and take the 2-1 lead.
Well, very cognizant. I don't know who got the primary assist on that, but he saw him streaking up, put it right on the stick, and with Lewandowski's speed, nobody could catch up with him. Henry Nelson tried to do his due diligence to catch up, but nice separation by Lewandowski. Just beat goaltender Winicky pretty clean on that one. Another shorty, but 106 for Maple Grove on the power play to answer back, but now 2-1 Rosemount has the advantage.
What was great about that goal is you have a goal scorer like Lewandowski, his second of the game and 19th of the season. He's coming in with some serious gas, some energy and speed, and then he's just going to say, you know what, I'm not going to make any moves here. I'm just going to do what I do. I'm going to shoot it, and I'm going to shoot it and beat you. It's exactly what he did there to take the 2-1 lead for his Irish edition.
And I think it was, well, let's just keep going.
Lewandowski sets that one back up behind the net.
No, you're right, Pete. Most people try to get the goaltender to commit and put it between the pillows. He just saw an opening, took the shot, and made it count.
Came in with pace and made a difference. Back in across line, inside out they go. Hard into the net.
Safe.
And that one's going to be whistled down. You'll see this. Yeah, you're right, Bart. That was Kernan. Whenever he has it, there's usually some sort of fury around him. There's tempo and pace.
Well, he did a nice job of managing and split the defenseman, went in all alone on the goaltender, but again, lost his footing, went into the goal, net off the moorings. 21 seconds left to the penalty to Stramel for Rosemount. So Maple Grove still, if they can win this faceoff, has some good power play time in the offensive zone. Make it count.
Face-off win by the Crimson with 19 on the power play. One-timer misses the mark. Quickly over to the near side. Jix is going to watch this one back into his own zone as he backpedals with it. He gives it over to the near side for Kernan. Kernan turns away, looks up ice, gets away from one man, and now another. Kernan knocked off his stick. Campbell was there as the Irish are now at full strength and at center ice. Played in across the line. There's Lewandowski. A bullet misses the mark up high and wide. Gunderson now across the line. Snapper.
Ooh.
Get enough of that with the glove by Tollefson. Now Jacobs. Back to the corner it goes. Campbell walks out of the zone with a feed to center. That's off the stick of Lewandowski. Nice job to regroup there, Elias. Can't get too casual around Lewandowski because he's going to turn and burn.
Anybody on this Rosemount team, it seems.
And they can skate and they love to keep the tempo up. You know, Maple Grove, I feel, has really ground this game into the pace that they like, which is a very structured defensive zone, neutral zone, offensive zone. This is an example of what we're seeing right here. There's a shot that's deflected, misses the mark. Back into the corner, it's Zick. He gets a little bit of help now from Jacobs. Zick goes down, now gathered in by Sabo. Sabo turns and now gives that off to Wheeler, who plays that to the left wing side off the stick as it rolled up on Ratzloff. Crimson control from the right dot. Now it's going to be picked up by Kennebec back up through center. Kennebec angles to the left wing side, and now it's going to be Oakland who looks over to the near boards. Nelson, that's off a stick. Look out, Gunderson with some pace. Fights it off into the corner with 11:33 to go in the period. Now Stramel with it. Bothered enough at the line by Kernan to force the turnover as it's turned back up ice by Barber. Barber now, oh, look out. Official took them both down. Kennebec looked at him and said, why wasn't that a trip? Back over to the right wing side. Now Campbell, he goes down, penalty coming up. You'll see he got hung up here, and then that was enough to get the arm up, and he's going to go for a high stick.
And I think that's going to be junior forward Chris Kernan. It looks like 27 is going to go for the Crimson. Really not what they needed at this particular time, but again, he's done so many good things for him. It's up to his teammates to kind of rise to the occasion and get through this this penalty. But great opportunity it is for Rosemount to boost the lead to 3-1. But again, Winnicke's probably going to be likely the best penalty killer on this. But, you know, another shorty in the mix for the Crimson. I guess we'll see. Oh, nice save.
From the slot, that's blocked. Another one. 3 chances in a row. They can't seem to force it through. And you'll see right there, Bart, that was Horsager that had about 3 attempts at it down low in the slot. Here's the first one blocked.
And that's
gets
right
it back.
It's
blocked.
right in the scoring area, too. I mean, it's just right out in front of the net. And it just seemed like all the Maple Grove players became flat-footed to a certain degree and were looking to where the puck was.
There was just a flurry of sticks there.
A lot of black jerseys, but not doing a whole bunch. But
blocking some of those, though. That's
important.
doing enough for me.
That's important.
Back in behind now. Tollefson's going to set that one up behind the net. Campbell quarterbacking as usual on the power play here. Ooh, they nearly turned it over there. That's where they got caught last time. Now it's going to be Campbell across the line. Horsager with it. Back up for Campbell. Wrister scores!
Oh, that was clean.
That was clean and through. You'll see this shot. It was a good one from Campbell. It's 3-1 for Rosemount.
Wow, Campbell, that's his 4th goal from the defensive position. 2nd one on the power play. That's 12 points for that young man from the back line, but that was just a good shot. Very intelligent shot. Didn't take the big clapper or anything. He just took a shot, put it on net. A lot of traffic in front, too, so I'm not sure Winnicke even saw that one, but that's another clean goal. But now it's 3-1 power play goal, so we're back to 5-on-5. Kernan Mans is spotted the center ice, and he is going to go against Trammell, but I think that's going to be enough motivation for Maple Grove to really kind of turn up their game a little bit and respond, but I'm sure that the Irish are going to be ready for them.
Oakland back in behind. When we saw the skipper score, we also saw a response by the Crimson yesterday.
Yep.
And we'll see if we see that again here today. They usually had a really strong shift that was making a big difference.
Indeed. 10:20 left in the 3rd period. And that was Campbell from Horsager.
Through center ice it goes. It's going to be Strammel now. Ratzlaff plays to the left wing side. Stepping up and cutting that one off is Nelson across the line. Nelson with a wrist shot turned aside by Tollefson. They'll play it up to Kennebec. Finds Strammel. He has some help to his left wing as he carries this wide. So elusive, in on goal. Tried to pull the trigger, and the stick goes flying into the corner. Glove down by Campbell. He has that insurance policy that the Irish took out a few minutes ago on the power play with that quick wrister from the blue line. Chipped up into the air. And now it's going to be played along the near boards. Down low into the corner. It's handled by Beatty as he stays on it. Gets a little help. Kennebec loads it up. He wanted to go high. Gets it back. Here's Kennebec. Plays that one back up to the left point. That shot's played, or passes rather, played back into the corner. That's too far. And over to the front of the net it goes. That's gathered in by Wente. He gets away from one man, bumps the boards. And now to the center ice area, it's batted down by Campbell. That was off the stick of Gunderson and sent back in behind. Winnicke will set up. Wente comes away with it. Plays to the right wing side. Giuliani from the boards tried to play it through, and now they're just content to just shuffle it back into the Irish zone. 8:24 to go in the period. A 2-goal lead. That's been the largest one of this game. Most recent by the Irish. Picked off at the line. Look out. That's Thomas with it. Plays off the end boards. Now it's going to be the Irish again to look up to the right wing, but that's cut off as the Crimson continue to work the forecheck and the pressure in the offensive zone. Off the boards again, played to center, glove down, and gathered in by Dahlquist as he's going to turn it up. Look to the near side as it looked like there was a partial change working here for the Crimson as they send this one back in behind the net. Cal Thomas. Nice pass off to the left wing side. That's going to be Oakland across the line.
Oh, good save.
There's a nice stop indeed. And that one sent the length of the ice for an icing call.
Well, I like Maple Grove finally getting out of their zone with some efficiency. Rosemount's forecheck was very tenacious, but it was Maple Grove that came down, got to the right dot, put it out in front, nice redirect, but it was Tollefson that actually held his position quite well, kept that puck out of the net, but that was a great opportunity for the Crimson, really one of their first good opportunities during this period. There's only 7:20 left in regulation time. Maple Grove's got to get on their horse and put some pressure on the Rosemount goaltender.
Yeah, you know, we've ticked off just about 10 minutes. Oh, Tollefson didn't see that one at all on the way in. Hard off the glass it goes. And it's controlled by the Crimson to shovel this one back in deep. Cross center ice. There's a wrist shot that's blocked and turned away. Nice job. Quick feet by Elias. And it's good at the line. Oh, there's a big save made there off Nelson. In front, sprawling is Tollefson. Now Nelson gets it back. It's glued to his stick. Wrister, nice glove save. Good series of opportunities there for the Crimson with 6:31 to go.
And I'm not trying to make any justification, but this is a situation where Kyle Kukkonen would come into play quite well for Maple Grove, but you have to go with the horses that you have. But Henry Nelson turning up his game on that shift, really got a pretty good shot on goal, but was making things happen, taking some chances. Maple Grove's going to start floating players like Henry Nelson up into the play to see if they can get numbers in the zone, but they still have to be cognizant of defense, but they have to get that goal to cut the deficit to one good shot away. 6:31 left in this third period.
Now out of the zone they go. Irish on it with Beatty. Taken away by Jix. Now handled by Ratzlaff. Stopped on the play was Weissmiller. That hits a stanchion. Now the Crimson will try to force this one up and through. Here they come in transition across the line. There's a puck that's laid through. That nearly found its way in. That was Wente with the opportunity there. Beatty now pushes this back in behind. Winicky was there, but couldn't quite handle. Now Strammel likes to dangle down low. This is his office. I'll check that. That was Sable. He looked just like him there, the way he was handling the puck out of the corner.
They share an office.
They do. The cubicle. Puck is lifted high in the air. And now it's going to be Jix with it. You know, from an atmosphere here, it's been a very check it out kind of game from the crowd. It hasn't been highly engaged. It's been very, almost like a tennis match.
It is, and that's a good example, actually, because people are just soaking up the action. I mean, there's not a lot to really get off your chair and cheer about, but it's just good, solid hockey that I think people are enjoying. I look for a little bit more intensity out of Maple Grove in the final 5 minutes of this period.
Here they are at the line with it to the near side. Thomas turns away from pressure his way. That was from Brum. Brum now gets it from the right wing. Looks over to the left. That's played with a high stick. And we're going to bring it back in.
Well, Sam Jacobs, that was pretty athletic to knock that puck out, albeit above his shoulders. But just to gather that puck in, get the whistle. It is going to come down into the Crimson zone. 4:47 left in regulation time. Maple Grove down by 2. And an offensive zone faceoff for the Irish. Irish are doing a pretty good job of playing shutdown. They're just protecting the areas they need to protect.
Playing with the lead quite well.
Yeah.
I would agree 100%.
They look pretty comfortable, don't they?
They do. They make it. They don't make it easy on you. How's that?
Tough to play against.
Cross the line. Off the stick now. It's going to be back into the Irish zone. 4:23 to go in the period. And it's going to be handled off the backhand by Ratzlaff. Here he is across the line. Strammel shots blocked off the gear of Nelson. It's back behind the net. Down on the play goes Kennefick. Right wing on the breakout. And the Irish will turn this one back up. Right wing on the feed through center. Nowhere to go, and turning back is Gunderson. Finds a man off on the right wing side. As they'll once again play this off the end boards with Campbell. Strammel now. He's stopped. He'll have to regroup and gather it in. Just content to play it off the boards. 3 minutes and 25 to go in the third. Clock is starting to tick on the Maple Grove Crimson. From center, they ring this one around the boards hard. Campbell is there as he will slam that all the way down the length of the ice into Crimson territory. With 3:13 to go, we'll bring it back down the other way.
Well, Maple Grove's got a staunch opponent in the Rosemount Irish, but now the clock is becoming a bit of an issue as well. Just 3:13 left in regulation time. And they've really only had probably one good scoring opportunity in the last 5 minutes, but that clock is going awful quick for Maple Grove right now. But Rosemount just looks business as usual, just taking care of business, just going about their business, defending quite well, giving their goaltender a chance to see the puck and save it if called upon. But I like the way that Rosemount's being the front runner in this game.
They have been definitely dictating their offensive will when needed.
Well,
but they're just staying with it. And what I'm most impressed with is this team has a ton of skill, and it's easy to want to kind of run with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they're taking what's being given to them, and they're executing really quite well, and they're doing the job defensively. Penalty coming up, this one off the side of the net.
I don't disagree with you, and I think the coaching of this Rosemount team can get some credit off that one as well, just the way the team plays in trying moments. But
Campbell got the interference call there. You saw he took his man down right in front of the net.
Well, they're bringing, Mason Campbell, as you said, is going to the box. He's had a really good game. It's kind of tough for Coach Saney not to have him out there out on the ice in the final 3 minutes of the game. But again, a great opportunity is for Maple Grove in their 48.9% power play, but they're getting a great opportunity right here to cut the lead to 1.
Back up to the line it goes now. Played rink wide. Big power play opportunity, that one off the side of the net. 5-on-4 now. Elias with it. Slides that through to the right wing side. They're going to come up high for Nelson. Lets a wrister go. That's deflected wide of the mark. Off the boards from the corner. On the puck is Oakland. They're going to guide that one all the way back up to Nelson. Touched back up to the right point. Top of the left circle. Shot. Nice save, Tollefson. Great regroup on that.
Oh, boy.
He recovered beautifully to make that save. Nelson again. 2:04 to go, 1:20 on the power play. His wrist shot's blocked, paying the price there. Was Bach, as now he's going to struggle his way back into the play. He'll be able to head to the bench as they find an opening and send it the length of the ice.
It's a gutsy play, but a good block.
Here come the Crimson up through center with Thomas. Plays it to the rink wide side. It's crossed. They go with Oakland and Nelson. There's a shot. They score! A nice setup, great feed, and they bury. This one's interesting. $1:35 to go. It's 3-2 now.
Well, and that's going to be Jacobs, who scored his 5th from Nelson. Got the shot on goal, and Jacobs' opportunity knocked, and he answered. 1:35 left in regulation time. Now they're only one good shot away, but we're back to 5-on-5 now. So timeout wouldn't be a bad idea for perhaps.
You got it.
Okay, fair enough. Good call. Just reset, regroup, get your ones rested, and get your plan down. But we'll keep an eye on Winnicke in goal for Maple Grove. If they can get possession off the faceoff and get down in the offensive zone, look for the goaltender to make the big skate. But it makes it a little bit more exciting. But Rosemount, again, doesn't look any worse for the wear. They just gave up a goal. They're one good shot away from being tied. But they just very calm, and I think that's a very important point to mention. Not an excitable team.
No, not at all. And got a quick score for you as time is running down over at Braemar Arena. It's 1-0 Breck over North Wright County in the semifinal round game of the Walser Invitational Tournament. We'll have that championship game coming up for everyone on tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock start time for that. Awesome. The winner of that game will take on the winner of Edina and Maple Grove. Bring that up mostly because I know we've got Maple Grove fans on, so they're going to be playing in that going on as we speak. And then, of course, we have the other game on our other channel right here off your viewer guide of the mnhockey.tv. Give us a follow. There's some really good highlights that we're going to start clipping and putting up, and you'll see the Carson Rickles tally. Is a good one.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to that. But thanks, everybody, for joining us today for a little late afternoon hockey. And we transition to a pretty good one after this one, but still 1:34 left in regulation time. Crimson looks like they're chomping at the bit a little bit, and Rosemount just getting back, going about their business.
It's down to the wire, another one-goal game. We had 3 of them yesterday. Right now, this sits at our second. We'll see what happens here.
That was Henry Nelson. He's going to be a player we're probably going to mention his name a time or two in the final minute and a half of this period, but just put a kind of a soft shot on goal just to push the puck forward, get into the zone. Now the goal is empty for Maple Grove, so they have the 6th attacker. This is where faceoffs can become obviously very key, and it's going to be Sam Jacobs, the previous goal scorer, against Strammel in the dot. Very important faceoff for both teams.
Our cameraman, Todd Grover, lost it over that because 3 under par, one of the greatest tag teams around right now, local one, come into that tune. The world's greatest caddy. There's a chance in front. That one's blocked. Back up to the line. They go with it now. That's Nelson to the right wing side. Nelson again loads it up. That's blocked. That's off the leg of Brum in front. Oh, what a save by Tollefson. What a chance. Back door. That one nearly found the back of the net. Oh, we're under a minute to go now as we're working the empty net, and icing will be the call. That was incredible what was going on there. Let's see if we can get the tail end of that on the replay here for you.
I noticed the anxiety on Rosemount. We haven't seen that all game long, but there's a little stress down in the Rosemount zone, but a couple good opportunities by Maple Grove. I think Cal Thomas had one, maybe Jacobs had the other, but Tollefson kept the puck out of the net, but it was certainly exciting. 51.1 to go.
Clean win back to Nelson again. Sends it through. Tollefson went down to get big on that one. They find an opening, miss the mark. Oh no, back the other way we go.
Well, I think Kennebec wants that one back as he's up pretty good with that stick. But again, you have to kind of pay particular attention to when to take that shot and when not to. He just missed by a little bit, but now again, a stoppage in play, a reset for Maple Grove. Again, a very important face-off.
3 wins in a row for the Crimson.
When they needed to,
They're
too.
big.
Yep.
Oakland down low, forcing that through was Zick. Tollefson's been called upon here big time late in this one.
Well, that was a tough one, too, because he tried to go short side and try to follow it up by jamming the pad in, but he did a nice job of keeping his pad outside or in the blue area. So face-off's going to be to his right. Let's see if Maple Grove can win 4 in a row. Nope.
Strammel.
Big win.
Oh, couldn't get the zone.
Wow.
They just pushed that one wide. Glass and knocked down, and now it's poked through, and that one will just miss the mark.
Well, the next one.
Boy, this is like playing dice at the table here. You know, you're gonna win or you're gonna lose with those. So
well, we're getting boxcars right now. The next attempt should be right down the middle, I'd imagine.
If you get one.
Right.
This is a great tune, by the way. Remember this one? It's about 78 The Kings, I think this is called. Bart Archer's got one of the greatest rock and roll voices of all time. It's so underutilized. Back to the line. There's a shot that's deflected over the top of the goal with 14 to go. Crimson playing it out to the final buzzer here in front. Puck's loose. Scramble. That one just wide. Tollefson tried to get a handle on that. 4 to go. Oakland with it. Turns toward the slot area. Oh, that one's knocked away. And the Irish are going to escape. Went in heavily to the boards there, but I think we're going to be okay. And
yeah, and that's Henry Nelson, a defenseman down low, trying to make some things happen. But we saw some stress on the Rosemount Irish. They handled it pretty well, but I like the kind of the fight on Maple Grove in the last minute and a half. They really kind of put the screws to them, but they withstood the battle. So Rosemount, congratulations, a big 3-2 win over a very good Maple Grove team. Great hockey game.
It was befitting of these two top-ranked teams. They played great hockey. And the defensive style for both these teams was really good. And we had a great crowd here as they start to file out. And we'll make room for our next one, which is going to be even a very more, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to expect here. With Minnetonka, the way they played last night, very good hockey club.
Exactly
but that Andover team is as good as I've seen all year.
Well, and I've heard a lot of good things about Andover. It'll be my first blush watching them this year. I'm really looking forward to it, but I was very impressed with the way Minnetonka
played. Wait till you see Kaiser on the blue line. You're going to love
That's what I'm told, but I like the way Minnetonka played last night. So it promises to be a good one. Goal scorers, Lewandowski with 2 is 18th and 19th. Zick for Maple Grove got his 3rd. Campbell for Rosemount got his 4th. And Jacobs cut the lead to 1 with his 5th goal of the year, but it was a very exciting game. I appreciate the effort that both teams showed us, and they put some pretty serious skill on showcase today.
That's going to do it here. We're about 18 minutes away from the face-off where the team's taking to the ice, so go ahead and switch over to the mnhockey.tv viewer guide, and we'll pull that game up for you. The final score is the Rosemount Irish 3, the Maple Grove Crimson 2. For Bart Archer, I'm Pete Wagner. So long, everybody.